Hi everyone and welcome to my channel ICT Active Learners. Today I am here to explain Cambridge IGCSE ICT 2024 May-June Paper 31 Spreadsheet part. So in this part of the question paper they said that you have to have the files J2431 diverse and then you should have a file J2431 Splendid in a spreadsheet file. So we should look at these two files first. So I will just go to the source files and I will open the file J2431 diverse, and at the same time I will open the file J2431 Splendid file as well. So these are the two files that I have now. The next step is to row 9 to 32 will show the number of sightings of the splendid toadfish on each reef for 1 week. In February, rows 35 onward show the detail of all sighting for this week. So place your name, center number and candidate number left aligned in the footer of the file J2431 splendid.csv. So we will open this one. We will go to the page break view, page layout view, and on the left side in the footer we need to include the information as they have mentioned. You should have your name, center number and candidate number. So let me just write here my name, then my center number, okay, so which is something, and then after candidate number, for example like this. The next step they mention here, also place the automated file name with no file path on the right in the footer. So in the footer we should include the file name only without path, and then after we need to save this one with the name Splendid followed by your name, center number and candidate number. So file, save as, browse. Let me create a folder on desktop with the name of paper 31 May-June, and I'm gonna call it Splendid and then after, as they mentioned, underscore your center number and then your candidate number. So you just include here your center number and then your candidate number. That's all. It is done. Now next stage is to place a replicable formula in cell C35 to look up the type of diver using their name and the external file J2431 diver.csv for an array. Replicate this formula for all divers. So what we need to do is we need to go to the cell as they have mentioned. Let me just click on normal view and in cell C35. So C35. C35 here. So by looking at the name, it should give us the type as they said using their name and external file. So we just say here equal to VLOOKUP, then lookup value, comma, table array. We need to go to our table which is here. So the name and type they want. So we will select this one till the end. Yes, and comma, it is in column 3, then 0 and press enter. So we got the type of the toad whale. Now next step is to replicate this formula for all divers. So what we need to do is we just need to click here and then replicate for all, and let's check if it works for all or no. Yes, it does. Next stage is to place in cell B3 a formula to count the total number of sightings for a 7 days period in cell B3. So we need to go to cell B3 to count the total number of sightings. So what we need to do is we just need to click here and include this information now. Equal to count A, and then starting from the cell B35 till B75, and then it will count for us the number of sightings. Now the next step is to place in cell B4 a formula to calculate the total number of sightings for a 7 days period where a photograph was taken. So what we will do is we will go to cell B4, and now we need to calculate the number of sightings. So what we will do is we just write here equal to count if and count if. The range, our range is from this time E35 to E75, comma, and our criteria is yes. So it will count for us number of sighting where the photograph was taken. Now step number 5, it says place in cell B5 a formula to count the total number of sightings for 7 days period where a photograph was taken that had the GPS location of the fish. So what we need to do is equal to count ifs, and now we have two different ranges. So first of all we need to go to find from E35 where the photograph is taken, again E35 to E75, and then a comma, and the criteria is yes. Okay, sorry, we have to write here ifs, criteria, and then we have this range, and then comma, another criteria and its range. So in this one as well we need to find out if it is yes or no. So comma yes. So it will calculate for us the photograph and GPS. Now next stage is question number 6. Place a replicable formula in cell B9 to display the number of sightings at this reef where a photograph was with GPS was taken. So in this case what we need to do is we need to go to cell B9, they said yes, cell B9 here, and this formula should be replicable. So what we will do is equal to count ifs. Count ifs. Now first of all criteria range is from D35 to D75. This is our range, comma, our criteria is looking for these names, and then comma. Second criteria range is from E35 to E75, and then comma, the criteria is yes, and then comma, we will use again absolute reference for the GPS as well till the end, and then comma, and it is yes. That's it. Press enter, so you will get here it is 1. So when we replicate this formula for the rest of reef, so we just need to replicate this one till this one. So we are getting all these values done here. Now they said it should be a replicable formula, so sometime if it is not working, then you should just change this one to use the absolute reference, which is F4. Now this is the absolute reference, and now when you replicate this formula to the rest of the values, it will look like this. Now the next stage is to follow the formatting. Format the top of the spreadsheet so that it will look like this. So from cell A and B, we need to merge them. So these two need to be merged, and the font size seems to be bold and bigger as well. Yeah, and then after these values are fine. Yeah, these ones should be bold, seems to be bold. Yeah, and here these cells are merged together with the wrap text. And we just need to make it like this. This is done. Or I think it is only, yeah, these two cells are merged together with the text wrap option. So just explain a little bit. This is how it will look like now. Yes, this is done, and now it says here set the font size from row 1 to 22. For row 1, 22 points. So the font size is 22 points. And then after it says save the spreadsheet. So we will just click on save, and the next stage is to select only the cell A1 to C75 and print these cells with the formula displays. Make sure the printout is landscape. So what we need to do is we need to go to the, first of all, formula, show formula, then we need to go to the printer setting, and the orientation should be landscape, and then it should be, as they said, row and column heading should be presented. So page setup, sheet, row and column heading is here now, and the next step is to the content flow. So from A1 to C75, so you need to print the area from A1 till C75. So till this point. Yes, so what we need to do is then print and just selection. So we have to print it. Like you see now, the formula is not clearly seen. Some of the part of the formula is missing. So go back and click on page break preview and see if it is why it is not visible. So you can just expand this one little bit so the formula is clearly mentioned. Yes, now you can just print it out. Yeah, so just click on File, Print, and this is your sheet 1, and so on. The formula will be printed. And then next stage is to go back and now select row 1 to 8 inclusively and only include the row 9 to 18 where citing took place, and take a screenshot of the method used to select rows between 9 to 32. Place this screenshot in your evidence document. So for selection, again you have to use the same method, and then you have to use print, fit on a single page, portrait orientation, row and column heading, displayed, and stuff. So from row 9 to 32. So what we need to do is normal. So what we specifically do is from 1 to 8 you have to select. First of all, normal click, print, and portrait view right now. Get back, and now you have to put this all in one. Yeah, and now apply the thing, the formatting 1 till 8 they have said, 1 till 8, and then 9 to 32. 9, yeah, it is select row 1 to 8 inclusive and only the row 9 to 32. So you can just select these ones, 9 to 32, and then click here, print, and selection only, and print this one as a portrait, and that's all they ask in this task. Hope you have understand how to deal with the spreadsheet using Microsoft Excel and the techniques of